team second for Fort Lee here in the second half. Turnover force and going down the other way, it's Garcia. Good job of protecting himself on the right side of the rim. Now Nathan Garcia getting his first basket of the second half. He has 6 points. That ties him with Devin Jang for the most for Fort Lee here this afternoon. Fame with a righty dribble. Now reversing to the far side. Nice kiss off the glass there by Osman Fame. 5 points in the second half for the senior. Give him double digits now as well in this game as he has 10. Nathan Garcia averaged about 4 points a game last season. That's 6 points here today. Dribbling up a storm, trying to find an outlet. Gakian, extra pass, finds Jang in the corner, and the freshman just misses. He was trying to knock down his third triple of the game. Barlow with a Euro step, a lot of contact, and still finishes through the harm. 6 points in the quarter there for Barlow, as he now has 27 points in the game, and a timeout taken on the floor by head coach Adam Schrager of Fort Lee as he's trying to slow things down for his team here. They know they cannot allow Dumont to get out in space and running, especially with the likes of Dominic Barlow wreaking havoc the other way. Barlow with a game-high 27 points, 6 points here in the third quarter at 21 at the break. And it is a 52-18 lead now for Dumont with his timeout on the floor in the third quarter. What's on the horizon here for Dumont with the games ahead? Their next game will be tomorrow on the road at New Milford before they go back home on Tuesday, February 2nd, to host Cliffside Park in a divisional showdown. They also have a contest with Ramsey on February 6th after traveling to Riverdale. That's going to be a good one as, again, it was Ramsey who eliminated Dumont from the sectional state playoffs a season ago. And they also have to take on the likes of Paramus Catholic on the 9th. So Kenny Martorell challenging his team, certainly against some of the best teams in Bergen County. After the timeout, leads to this corner three out of the timeout. It's short, though, by Martinez. And the rebound taken in by Dumont. Zayas thinks better of the three, gets it out to Fame. Fame pulls up from distance, no good. Barlow again just towering over the defenders and lays it up and in. 29 points, a game high for Dominic Barlow. Jang gets it out, tipped away by Fame, saved before it crosses the midcourt stripe by Garcia. 80 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 54-18 lead for Dumont. Devin Jang, good dish inside, missed layup though. Fighting for the loose ball, rebound inside. Fort Lee saves possession. Here's Jang from downtown, no good. Carved out space by Lockhart for the rebound. Here go the Huskies off and running. Fame trying to drive inside, and he does kiss it off the glass and in. So Fame having a nice third quarter for Dumont, having 7 points in the quarter. 12 points in the game now for Fame. Second leading scorer on this team for Dumont. There's another three. Just can't find the bottom of the rim for Fort Lee. They only connected on 6 threes in their first game against Ridgefield Park. They needed the three ball to fly and fall here today to stay with Dumont. No look pass. Nice drive down the middle, and it's going to be a blocking foul and an and-one situation as well as the players collide underneath the rim, but Fort Lee with an opportunity to go for the traditional three-point play. Good sportsmanship there between Fort Lee and Dumont, again saying didn't mean any harm there. And that time it falls. So the three-point play is converted, and it's now a 56-21 advantage for Dumont. It's coming up on potentially the final possession here of the third quarter, as we're coming up on the final 10 seconds of play. Fame, a little up and under move, and one. Osman Fame lulled the defenders to sleep and then finger rolled his way to success, and now will have a chance to add to his big third quarter of play. Vane missing the foul shot. Tipped out, volleyballed in space. It's going to be last touch off of Lockhart and Dumont. 9 points in the quarter for number one in orange, Osman Fame. At 5 points of the break, here's one last chance for Fort Lee. Driving floater, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Whistle against Nathan Garcia yet again. A charge drawn by the defense of Dumont, sacrificing the bodies, and they will be celebrated as they make the march over to their sideline. So after 3 quarters of play, it's now Dumont on top of Fort Lee by a score of 58-21. Stick around for the conclusion of this one as we head to the fourth quarter, as you're watching Fort Lee boys basketball coverage on the Fort Lee YouTube channel presented by Fort Lee Athletics. Back here to start the fourth quarter of play with Dumont with possession and leading 58-21. Looking for Lutgeb down low. This is going to be a pull-up jumper from outside. Rattled in for Samil Perez. Perez, the 5'11 junior guard, just into the game for the first time, quickly knocks down the jumper and gets on the scoreboard. There's Jang between the dribbles, between the legs. Now trying to wrap that pass along on the baseline. Deflected out of bounds by Jake Enko. Game high is Dominic Barlow, 29 points in this game for Dumont. Now into Ogadegbe, who has been held scoreless by the Dumont defense here today. Jang trying to again put that one up. No good, as Jang has still 6 points in the game. Fernandez, a little out of control and gets fouled on his way up. Again, good sportsmanship displayed there by Fort Lee, checking in on Fernandez, who's all smiles after drawing the contact, and will head to the line shooting two. For Fort Lee, that is their 5th team foul. 4 team fouls for Dumont, and Fernandez fouled in the act of shooting will shoot two. Missing the first. Fernandez, again, had only 3 points here at Fort Lee a season ago in this matchup. 8 points, all of which coming in the first half. Goes 1 of 2 at the line to give him 9 points in the game. 61-21 spread right now here in favor of Dumont. Here's a corner 3 opportunity, a little too long. Put back attempt inside by Graham, just left short. Here's Fernandez in the open floor again. Here's a 3-point attempt by Perez. Try to go 2 for 2 since entering into the game. That time just a little strong and off the iron. Ogadegbe getting it up top to Martinez. Martinez doing a nice job shifting through the defense, just could not get the finish. And Dumont will slow things down as Coach Martorell calls out the instructions in the half court. Lutgeb, the big man, playing from out beyond the 3-point arc. Perez over to Fernandez, down low to Lutgeb, again using that size advantage. Got stopped initially, but then the persistence pays off for the big man, and Mike Lutgeb gets his first made basket. He's got 3 points in the game. Ogadegbe to Graham, who got bodied off the ball a little bit. Eventually finds the hands of Martinez. Now again to Graham in the near side corner. Cross-court pass to Jang for 3, never shy. The freshman shooter just missing there. Fernandez over to Enko. Again, trying to go down low for Lutgeb, and he'll be fouled from behind by Quentin Graham. Graham, who's listed as 6 feet tall, giving up 7 inches to the bigger Mike Lutgeb. And gets called for the foul. That will be the 16th foul against Fort Lee in the second half. So the next foul will be foul shots the rest of the way for Dumont. Inbound just a little off the mark and goes out of bounds just to the left of us here at the broadcast table. And will be a turnover and inbound upcoming for Fort Lee with 5:32 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, Dan Long courtside, happy that you could join us for this home opener for Fort Lee in the 2021 season. A different look and feel certainly, but we're happy that you could join us in being safe wherever you may be. Gakian finally gets the shot to roll in. He's been so close this entire afternoon long. And Rafi Gakian, the 6'3 junior, with his second triple of the afternoon. He has 6 points in the game. Fernandez, his pass intercepted. Here's Gakian all alone, and it's going to be just missed and off the mark. He was trying to make it a 5-0 run himself and finish up that layup. Great hustle again. Fort Lee not giving up. Here's Gakian trying to make amends, and he does. Great to see there the resilience of Gakian after he knew he should have had that last layup, not phase at all, and just went through the motions again. And credit the initial strip and steal for Nathan Garcia. Love to see the hustle here for Coach Schrager's side. Outmatched today by Dumont, but still playing to the final whistle. There's Fernandez getting past his defender, but missing the layup. The follow-up spin move, though, does fall for Josh Fernandez. Now Fernandez in double figures with 11 in the game. As we quickly approach the halfway point of this fourth quarter with 4:04 left to go, as it's going to be a holding foul whistled against Dumont, as that foul is going to go against Perez, his first. Team's fifth. Jang will inbound it. Quickly Garcia kicking out to Ogadegbe to the near side. There's Jang kind of lost up in the air. Here's Garcia for 3. Got it! Nathan Garcia from downtown. Nine points in the game for Nathan Garcia, the 5'8 senior point guard. A nice run of sort here for Fort Lee, and another turnover forced, as that will go out of bounds and will end up as an inbounds upcoming for Fort Lee. So we've seen the turnover bug bite some of these Dumont players who are getting their first time on the game, as the bench players have come onto the floor for Coach Martorell. I would not expect to see the likes of Barlow and company back in the game for the rest of this one. Here's Thomas from 3. No good. Gakian trying to hustle after it, but it just caroms out of bounds, out of his reach, and will be possession upcoming now for Dumont. As you can see here, as we mentioned at the beginning of the game, the referees are going to be trying to not touch the ball at all during the course of play. So the usual times that you've seen a referee hand the ball to the player, even at the foul line, that's not going to be the case this year. It's going to be the players doing much of all the work themselves. As that ball goes out of bounds, and again, you'll see sometimes where old habits die hard, and they have the referee touching the ball. Anthony Loviza, who's checked into the game for the first time this afternoon, number 5, the 5'8 sophomore for Dumont. That shot just a little short. Take it in by Garcia. He's off and running. Tries to get it over to Ogadegbe to the near side, but Bem could not hold on to it as it goes out of bounds for a turnover. So on the horizon now for Fort Lee, their next game is going to be here on Saturday, a game that you could see here with yours truly, Dan Long, calling it. It's going to be at 1 p.m. start time. Fort Lee playing host to Lodi. You could, again, watch here on YouTube. Lutgeb being matched up by Gakian. Now getting it over to Enko. Now Loviza. Trying to feed inside. Good anticipation on the defense by Ogadegbe. Trying to get up and under, and does. And finally, Ben Ogadegbe gets on the scoreboard with his first main basket of the afternoon. He had 3 points against Dumont a season ago, averaged 1.6 points a game, but erupted for 20 in the first game of the year. A couple days ago, Gakian, what a heady play there. Behind the back look, almost like Nikola Jokic, finding Ogadegbe, who's starting to percolate here of late. Back-to-back buckets for the leading scorer for Fort Lee off the beautiful assist behind the back by Rafi Gakian. 65-33. We're coming up on the final 90 seconds of regulation. Loviza with the lefty dribble over to the near side to Zayas. Zayas watched closely, shadowed by Jang. Lutkev getting it back up top. Here's the three by Perez, no good. Rebounded by Garcia. Look at the hustle here by Garcia. Ogadegbe looking to make it 3 straight buckets. He gets fouled from behind, but in the act of shooting. And that'll send the 6'1 sophomore to the line for a pair, stopping the clock with 1:17 remaining here in regulation. So Dumont on their way to 5 straight wins in this matchup and in this series against Fort Lee. Ogadegbe knocks down the first foul shot, giving him 5 points in the game. The last win for Fort Lee against Dumont came around this time in 2017 on January 24th. So they'll have to go back to the drawing board. They'll get another shot at these Huskies on February 23rd. At that time, this game will be in Dumont. So Ogadegbe with 6 straight points. That time, Anko's layup is denied. Now out to Ogadegbe, to Garcia, running the floor, and he gets fouled and one. Nathan Garcia adding to his point total here today. He's been the best player on the floor for the Fort Lee Bridgemen, and he'll have a chance at the three-point play himself with 59.3 on the clock. 11 points in this game now for Nathan Garcia. Give him 12. Eclipsing his season-high mark from a season ago when he had 11 points against both Cliffside Park and Lodi. So a career-high performance for Nathan Garcia. And again, credit the play of Fort Lee of fighting back despite being down by as many as 40 points. They're playing to the final whistle, and that's credit to Adam Schrager and this young side trying to learn on the fly against one of the most experienced teams in Bergen County. Good ball movement here with 35 seconds remaining in the game. Samil Perez watched closely there by Ben Ogadegbe. Now Quentin Graham watching, and will Dumont just run out the remainder of this clock? They're well in front here, 65-38. Gakian, though, gets his hand in the passing lane and will force another turnover. So the reserves have gotten to play a whole lot of minutes here for Dumont, almost the entirety of the fourth quarter, and that will do it. So things to build on for Fort Lee to end this ball game, but again, the final score, it was all Dumont here today, folks. 65-38, the Huskies defeat Fort Lee. With the victory, Dumont will go to 2-0 on the season and 1-0 in the Big North American Division. And with the defeat, Fort Lee will fall to 0-2 on the season and 0-2 in league play. Again, next games on the docket for both teams. For Dumont, they will travel tomorrow to take on New Milford before going back home on Tuesday, February 2nd, to host Cliffside Park in their next league showdown. And for Fort Lee, you could join us here at the East Gym on Saturday at 1 p.m. as they will be playing a out-of-conference opponent from the NJIC, and that is Lodi, the Rams, and the Fort Lee Bridgemen. They'll be locking horns on Saturday. You can watch all that coverage here on your internet broadcast home for Fort Lee Athletics on YouTube Live. So again, the final score, fans, it's Dumont 65 and Fort Lee 38. Dumont led by the 29-point performance from their star Dominic Barlow, and Nathan Garcia leading the way for Fort Lee with a career best 12 points here this afternoon. So for my producer Jordan Sarnoff, I'm Dan Long saying so long and thanks for joining us and supporting the Bridgemen of Fort Lee.